Hey everyone, hope y'all had a fantastic weekend. Thank you guys so much for all the love and welcome to anyone who's new to the channel. Thank you guys all for subscribing and liking the content. Feel free to let me know anything in the comment section. I'm always happy to answer questions and I always appreciate the feedback you guys give. Today we've got a continuation of the Horton's Frontline 1v1s against Beast of the East or General Wiener on YouTube. We'll have his channel down below and definitely check him out. He just posted his POV of our first match, the last video from Friday. In today's battle, we find ourselves playing as the Germans. Well, let's say a ragtag bunch of German troops combined with remnants of the Italian Expeditionary Force, fighting to the last man against the Soviet hordes in Berlin. That's right. Instead of the Charlemagne French, we're playing as a mixed Italian-German doctrine, which you get in late war. Super cool. Love all the flavor that Horten adds to this mod. Hope you guys enjoy this one. Hopefully we can hold the last man and prevent the fall of the Reichstag here, but let's get on into it. So this is one of the additional maps that Horten and his team have added to the game. They have a ton modded, even campaign missions and things like that. So we are fighting right through the Reichstag, the ruins of the Reichstag. And it's a fairly big map, so probably not recommended for 1v1s, but we had to check it out when we saw it. So we're going to give it a shot. We're rushing out a recon squad all the way to the far left, a Luftwaffe recon squad, and then we're going to pull in a low tier, very low health, very minimal squad, just a little bit past our, I'll call it the home point, just to kind of establish our defensive line. So we ended up playing twice on this map. The first one I probably won't post. It was a fairly quick game. We won, obviously, but Beast just kind of played it a little wrong. So this was kind of our rematch, and we switched sides. The first time around, I was the Soviets, and now we are playing as the Germans. So we'll see what we can do here, and if Beast can get his revenge and take us down. And we were in a Discord voice call, just chatting throughout the entire time we were doing these matches. So absolutely a blast. If anyone ever wants to get in on some of these, definitely let us know. We'd love to run some bigger creator games. But this was technically the first late war game I'd ever played as the German faction in Hortens. So I'm testing out some different stuff here. I did call a Schwimmwagen because I've never seen one of these in the game. So I had to test it out. I probably wouldn't have done it because obviously that ate up some manpower that I needed for squads. As we can see, Beast, I think he has 2 squads here, give or take. And he's just kind of shredding us. And with how big this map is, it's a very micro intensive. So unfortunately, the Schwimmwagen with its mass speed makes it a little too far into the point we lose the driver there. But we are holding it. And I'd consider that southeasternmost point probably the midpoint on this map. At least in a 1v1. I've got a second match with actually 2 other creators, MaxCov4 and Grimjob, and one of Grim's buddies that we'll actually have up, I think maybe later in the week or maybe early next week, where we do a 2v2 on this map, and it is a bit different. So look forward to that one as well. So we'll see this map again shortly. But so far we are doing okay. We do have a pretty nice lead. We are holding the Reichstag, which is fantastic. I love how fantastic this map looks. It's so crazy. And then we are holding our point. We are reinforcing it, but we are getting heavily pushed back on that front. And there's a massive gap in between kind of the 2 points here. And as we can see, Beast kind of has a pretty decent position already with some guys pushed pretty far up. So the unfortunate thing is we don't have line of sight to where his guys are. he has a pretty good chunk of the map, but we've almost got like an L shape kind of right now between the 2 points that we're holding and he's holding. But I would actually rather be in his position because he can kind of cut us off from making it up to the Reichstag, which he kind of is here with this Dishka truck. It's in a fantastic position to be able to hit both points. And any reinforcements, they're going to kind of have to cross the open there to get to the Reichstag. So we might be in a bit of a pickle, but we'll see. We'll see. As long as we hold for now with a couple guys that we have, but he can very easily push us out of here. So we'll do some spraying out of the guys. I was going to bring in a Lafayette static MG here, initially to my point, but I decided that I think I actually have to get it over here to try to counter the Dishka, because he's just set up in a very good position. We do try to spray him down with the MG42. If you spray the engine block, it's very easy to kill a Dishka truck, but he does get out of there. And with tier 1, we do see the first Italian flavor. So we will be bringing in, we had a couple options, including a Whirlwind. Whirlwind could have been good. I have no idea what he's bringing in. Head direct control of the rifle grenadier there. But we're getting pretty heavily taken out here, unfortunately. So that's pretty rough. We're getting a new squad up there, and we are bringing up the 738i. And we do also get some very interesting infantry. We're part of history, obviously. But we are bringing in some Waffen, considering this doctrine does carry them. We get a nice AT rifle grenade there, but unfortunately doesn't kill any of the guys, but does some good damage to a couple of them. Beast has looped the Dishka truck around, and I rush the shot. I'm behind on the second, and then I do see a, what is that, M3 gun carriage? So it looks like a Lend-Lease doctrine of some sort that he's running. No idea the late war Soviet doctrines and Hortens. So I'm thinking going toe-to-toe, I can definitely pen a half-track. Probably not the best idea, though, because I'm sure he can probably pen this thing. I'm sure this thing is paper armor. The Luftwaffe squad here is unfortunately getting held up by the Dishka truck. And I'm trying to get this squad, this Grenadier squad, kind of around to kind of secure this L. I got to push these guys back that are behind this wall on the right there, because they're just providing line of sight. They can see pretty much everything across. And unfortunately, that building where that Luftwaffe squad is just going to be shellacked is impenetrable and unbreakable. It might be pennable, but it is unbreakable to low HE. You need some high explosives, so he's kind of just got me in a funnel right there, where I've only got like 3 or 4 entrances, and he's just gonna kind of take me down. But pretty cool. We actually get some Hermann Göring troops as well, and this one guy does rush up somehow. We do get a nice cheeky AT grenade on the gun carriage. So that was pretty nice. Pretty lucky to get rid of that thing early. So we are kind of uncontested for armor at the moment. He does still have, or he had the Dishka, but yeah, the Dishka's still there. It's just moving around. We're in an okay position, but we're still just kind of hunkered down a little too much, probably. So we need to kind of take advantage here, because these guys are just holding us back at the moment. And I did call in that Hermann Göring squad is actually going to go on a flank all the way around to the west, and then we're going to try to go for his home point. We'll see if we get lucky. I'm hoping he's got nothing around there, so we'll be able to do that. But I'm trying to go for the Dishka. And unfortunately, pulls up a T-70. And he does crew shock us. Kills the gunner. We're probably very short for this world. Hull broken. Yeah. Super unfortunate. So not very effective with our first DP buy. I'm trying to see here what I can kind of do to get some lanes of fire on the Dishka, because now he's got a perfect hold, and he's dug in on where he needs to be, kind of right on the outside of the map of the point, in a very good position. Like I was saying, there's just those choke points through the ruins there, and I can't do anything about it. It's a very tough, tricky position that we're in. I'm trying to see what we can kind of bring in here. Light armor. Go with a Panzer III. I'm actually going to pull in a Lelg. Or League, I believe it's pronounced. And we're going to bring it over this side. During the game, I didn't know you couldn't blow up those walls. So we only figured that out in testing after the fact. So my initial thought was maybe the League could take him out or shoot over it with an arc. So we're going to try it and see what we can do here. And our flank squad has made it pretty far. I do have them on hold fire as well. And we're pretty much going to go where I believe the spawn is. We're going to try to go all the way to the back. And then right before it, maybe cut in. And the only tricky part is every time you go by the Reichstag with the additional zoom out that Horten's mod gives, it's so massive that you just kind of go straight up. So I'm trying to see the best route to this point. I didn't know if you could get into that middle, that big building on that side. Unfortunately, you can't. League's in a decent position here to shell over the point, or not over the point, but over kind of those light buildings if he's up high. But the closer they are to those walls, the harder it's going to be for me to hit. We do see the Dishka there, and he is moving the T-70 over to actually attack our point. Trying to crawl this guy up to get the Dishka. We get a couple shots off. And then the League does finish it, thankfully. And we're going to make our push. Looks like the point is fairly open. Looks like he's kind of pushed up ahead. We actually sneak right behind one of the guys, and there's only one other guy on the point. So I got to get these guys off of hold fire as soon as possible. We do take him out, the first kind of scout. So now we're decapping. It is a 1-1 cap, 457, 425 in Beast's favor. So hopefully our flank kind of pays out. Maybe relieve some pressure somewhere. Anywhere. I'll take that. I'm going to put this guy on hold fire in the corner. Sneaky little Panzerfaust in case anything comes up. But we really kind of need to take advantage of this situation. Beast has a very good line across from the Reichstag, which I believe these are like massive anti-tank ditches that that the Germans made for defense. So he's got a very good line across that little like river kind of section of it. And these guys come with Italian weapons, which is pretty funny. Pretty cool. Very, very cool. Love the additional flavor. But he's got a massive push coming in to this point now. And he is supported by a vehicle as well. So, fortunately, our flank here probably isn't going to last very long. We're able to decap it and gain a little bit back. And I'm just now starting to move these guys up slightly. But I mean, he still has guys there that I got to take out. And we did call in a Panzer III with the short barrel. So This is probably one of my mistakes. I probably shouldn't have doubled up on the short barrel and the League. Because the League and the truck, they do the same thing. Other than, obviously, one's a tank with armor and moves on its own. The other one is a field howitzer that, you know, for quick movement, you kind of have to move. We end up seeing, technically 2 T-70s. So, one is down. We're going to go for the other one. We got to get some other grenadiers up here. Now I'm trying to see if I can take down these walls. And unfortunately I can't. So I'm going to try to get into a better position with the League. I definitely didn't need both. I think I could have probably saved for a Panzer III. With the front barrel prior, I didn't. Go with the League, so it's probably a mistake. I probably wouldn't have gotten the League, truthfully, at this point. And we can also see that Beast is now starting to make a push onto our home point. So I've got to quickly get a cheap squad out to get reinforcements there. Because we're really just kind of getting shredded, unfortunately. But we are at tier 2. I'm going to bring the Panzer III N back to the home point to try to hold. And we've got some crazy call-ins here. I believe these are both... Well, they call them Stoogs, but I know they were the requisitions. I don't know if you want to say captured Italian tank destroyers. When really capitulated. So, pretty cool having them in the doctrine. We'll see. Probably end up getting one of them. I'm kind of waiting for Beast to see what he brings out because I have no idea what he's calling in. But we are able to actually kind of push here a little bit back into the Reichstag. We've kind of whittled down his infantry, thankfully. So we are recapping it, but for how long? That's the big question. And I'm trying to get these guys set up in a good position. And while I'm doing that, we lose Panzer III. Those cheeky Panzerfaust. Those Soviets captured from us and any of the stockpiles they've taken through their push to Berlin at this point. So very unfortunate. Again, another wasted DP pretty much. Not DP, but MP, because that thing did nothing. Maybe a couple kills. But we decided to go with the M43 tank destroyer. I have no idea which one is better. I'm assuming one has a shorter gun. This is still, in the couple games I've played now, this is the only time I have run this doctrine. So I have no idea if this one is, one I called in is any better than the other. We'll find out. I definitely want to play more, and I'm going to run this doctrine again. But I'm trying to get the League set up, maybe kind of in between the buildings to shell where he's approaching. I do see a T-34 on the field, so he does have a T-34. I'm trying to get into a good position to kind of hit him, and I don't want to lose this infantry as well, so I'm trying to get them set up. But unfortunately, while we're doing this, we do get engaged, and this thing is not only firing HE, but it's positioned itself fantastically to expose its underside. The vehicle's damaged, so I think the transmission's down. So, again, another DP buy that did pretty much nothing for us. We are not doing very well with our vehicles, unfortunately. Actually, I think every vehicle calling we've had has not gone well for us. So, still repairable, but yeah, it's down. So I'm trying to see if I can get these guys with Panzerfaust close to the two tanks there. He is shooting at the corpse. I'm trying to see if I can go through the rubble, but I guess I can't. Yeah, it doesn't look like I can. So I've got to go around, which is going to expose me because he's got guys and a Maxim set up there. And I've actually got to go out and across this wooden bridge too to get over there. So it looks like he's pulling right up, and we do have a Panzerfaust 100, which has the longer range, but I do believe he sees me, unfortunately. I think we just got into range, and he did get us. So that was really unfortunate. That guy wanted to try to cross the bridge. Good pathing. Doesn't make it. And he's still trying to take us out here. So we're going to try to repair it, but I'm sure we're probably short-lived at this point. Yeah, well, what do you know? Very short-lived. The league is still kind of there. We're kind of holding it. So we have regained the league, but this is going to be very challenging because, again, we're barely pushing the L back here that he's got on us. And he's got these guys set up right behind those barriers, and they're just getting vision across the river. So they can see it any way I go. But these elite troops are doing what they can to kind of stem the flow here and just kind of hold them back. We're going to call in just an MG42 team as well. And AT team to this side. The vehicles don't seem to be doing much for us, so we might as well. Oh, and one cool thing that you guys probably actually haven't seen me do this game is usually anytime I have a rifle grenadier, I obviously take out the regular rifles to just use the rifle grenades. I want them to prioritize that because of the damage output. One nice thing in the mod, they actually don't come with their regular rifles. They are just the rifle grenadiers themselves. So pretty cool. Don't have to micro that. Absolutely a plus in my book. Very good quality of life update, I would say, for the mod there. So that's why you actually haven't seen me do that at all. So we're in a okay position. We've got reinforcements going over to the Reichstag. We're going to try to hold that. He hasn't made a subsequent push on our north point since we established our defenses. So he could at any point, and we are pushed pretty far back. But yeah, we haven't had a push yet since the first. I wanted to get this AT guy up into a better position, but looks like he does know he's here. So we'll see if he can even get up there. We do have some options for some tanks, MP tanks now. We still kind of got to dig some positions over on this side since we haven't really had any time to do that. We need to get this league into a better position as well, but I don't really know where to kind of put him. And unfortunately, he makes contact with a DP on the AT guy. Does take him out. We do get him with an MP38 though. So we'll run back and grab the Panzerschreck if we can here. Though I am struggling to click on him. And he is trying to get us. He's coming for us. And we're going to have none of that. We are going to waste the rocket, but we will deal with him. It was very, very funny doing that in VC, but yeah, now he's adamant on taking this guy out. But this guy is a Gebrigtjäger, so high accuracy, kills, or yeah, high accuracy, a damage output, everything like that. So good skill. And I kind of want to get the 4x70 because it is a Panther gun. So we're gonna go for it. Actually, I don't know if this is a. Actually, I don't know if this is a Panther gun. Someone let me know if you know. In base game, the 4x70. 4x70. There's one doctrine in vanilla. I believe it's the all-around west that has a. Oh, it's a Jagdpanzer 4x70, I believe. And that is the Panther gun. I might be mispronouncing the number, but I do know it is a it is a Panther gun on it, and it shreds vehicles. So I did call in this thing. This is actually it's a Panzer IV chassis that they converted to be like a Stug. So pretty cool, pretty desperate, obviously, to do that. But man, so much fun. But yeah, Beast is making a push now for the Reichstag. He's got 2 half tracks coming up with vets in there, I believe. He is in range. So we're gonna try to go for it, but we are in the trench. And he's also got a T-60 coming up as well on us. So his infantry and the vehicles are kind of shredding us. The League is in a pretty rough position. The 4x70A does take out one of the half tracks. He's pulling back the T-34. No doubt to try to pull back and get a better position maybe. So in this time, I am going to go for the other half track and the T-60. We do get the other one. And now I'm very nervous because I do lose sight of the T-34. And if I expose my sides, I mean, it's only a Panzer IV chassis. So easily be taken out. He did move up the T-60 to a position kind of behind the ruins, so I'm not going to be able to do anything to him. And he has pretty much wiped out almost all of our infantry that were on the point there. So we're at 791, but now we kind of got to get the Reichstag back, and we're 4.5 minutes to tier 3, which we have no idea what he's got. So kind of got to make my push here now. So I am bringing in some Gebirgsjäger. I've got no idea what the situation is around that compound. He's got guys pushing up very far, so I know he's got vision on the 4x70. We're both doing a little direct control micro here. And we both actually ran out of ammo at the same time. So we finish him off. We could finish it off. I'm going to pull off a couple of Gebirgsjäger to kind of hold there because I am afraid they're going to go for the Shrek that guy just dropped. And I'm even going to kind of orient the leg to League to take him out if it can. But yeah, the League is in such a bad position. I need to support the Reichstag push, but there's no way I can do that with those buildings there. So I'm almost better off now that I know that they're destructible. And anyone who plays this map, you know, they're destructible. They can blow up with heavier explosives like TNT or a Stu 42 shot could take it out. Anything with that higher caliber round. But I think it would have been better for me to actually blow those walls, because then the League would have had just fair game, free line of sight. I could have also maybe pushed the League up when we had that lull and we were controlling it. So like right where kind of the rifleman and where that AT Shrek guy is going right now, kind of like in that area. That might have been the best place to go prior to this push. Obviously, hindsight, 2020, yeah, what can you do? But I even forget I have a Panzerfaust guy over here that could technically go for this T-70. So we're going to try to go for it now. I mean, what can I say? The last remnants of the Reich, so I mean, I guess it kind of fits that no one can hit anything. Well deserved. Well, we did call in an officer a little while ago, so we're kind of getting some vision towards his central location in between the 2 points to see what's up there. Trying to keep an eye out for the T-34. And we did move the 4x70 down a little bit closer to the League to support. And we do see on the mini-map, at the very least, he is making a push. And I'm a little slow to react here. But he's got to come up. He does make it up. He gets his shot off first. We do get tracked. We do hit him back, though. We do take out the tank commander. And we do scare him off. He backs up, but The micro time is not the best on that one. We had him too. If we were ready and waiting and turned that way, he would have come right up on us. But it just goes to show he's pushed so far up that he has the vision on us. And I mean, we saw him, but yeah, it was too busy microing elsewhere, so a little bit slow. And I'm getting desperate here because he's pushed into the 600s point-wise. He just has so much infantry, and we really can't do much. Trying to get any angle I can with the lead here. And really, we just need to honestly keep funneling in infantry to this point. That's kind of what it comes down to. They're calling another AT team because now he's kind of stuck. If in theory, if we don't move the 4x70, he is kind of stuck there because he's got to back out of there. So he's kind of put himself in a little bit of a predicament. But I mean, it's less than 10 seconds now to tier 3. So who knows what type of monstrosity he's got to call in. But we did move the league finally in between kind of that point, or the building and the point. So it's finally in a little better of a position to start shelling. And with our tier 3, we do have an elephant, a Panther G, which I believe, I actually don't know if that's an Ace Panther. There are some doctrines that do have Ace Ace Collins. And then we also have a 15.5 centimeter howitzer, or not howitzer, but big artillery piece, which, I mean, that's not really going to do anything for me on this map. So we'll see what he calls in and probably try to counter. For the moment, we may end up going, I like the idea of the elephant. The Panther's a good call in too. And if I go with the Panther, I do have more options. And even going with the elephant, we'll have, what is that, like 35 DP? So we could technically get one more vehicle. So we're going to go with the elephant. We're going to try to get a line of sight on him from the side. And we did see a heavy tank destroyer on his end as well, I believe. The icons on the minimap are actually a little bit different. They're a little custom. Well, they're not a little custom, but they are custom for Hortens. So still getting used to those. But he did move the T60 into our line of sight. So we are going to challenge it with the Panzer IV. We do take it out. He's moving the T-34 now around. He did get it out of there. So he's going to try to contest us, and he is going for it. We're going to go for him as well. We are able to pen through, although we are only going through one of the walls because of where we're at. We bounced our second shot. Now I'm going to micro back over to the elephant to do something to whatever that is coming up. Looks like he is trying to get into position to go for us, though, or for the Panther IV. And I have no idea what this guy is doing or why he isn't just driving through the terrain there. So that's very annoying because that's wasting precious seconds if he literally just drove through the iron railing. No idea why he's got to go around it and around the light pole. But it is not going there. We're winning, but it is not going very well for us. And I need to get another squad again out onto the Reichstag point. But he's got line of sight on us. He sees that we're coming. We did track him. He did miss his first shot. He's got range as well. So I'm kind of praying the AI can deal with it. So I got to get another squad over there because they're just shredding us and it's going to get too late for us to do anything. We do manage to take out the SU, so that's phenomenal. So there goes his heavy tank destroyer. T-34 is still up, and he really doesn't have any other heavy tanks at the moment, although I've got no idea what his MP is, as there's a massive push coming kind of straight through the middle to kind of close the L again. The league is running out of ammo, and I called in a mortar, which is, I would say, another mistake. At this point, I figured the mortar might do some good to actually shell the point, which, you know, in theory, it's a good idea, going over those buildings, but, you know, it's going to eat up MP. It's going to eat up ammo resupply. I do believe from talking with Horten, the ammo resupply rate is actually different, replenishment rate. So I'm going to get the league out of here, back over to my home point, which has an ammo crate kind of spawn on it. So we're going to get some HE rounds over there. Bring up the mortar. Again, I probably shouldn't have done that. Probably should have just gone with another squad and gotten the more infantry. Or even a light vehicle, like a half-track. No half-tracks at all in this game for me, which is kind of rare. Usually we do go half-tracks, just with how versatile they are. But Beast is doing some great grenade micro there. The mortar is in range right here, so we're going to stop it and start shooting. Because he's pushed so far up. The elephant's kind of now wasted by. So, you know, really his only other tank out on the field is the T-34 that we know of. He could probably call on an IS, I'm sure. But now we're kind of using the elephant for infantry and, you know, emplacement killing. Which isn't really the best. You don't really want to, you know, do other fire missions with your vehicles than what they're, you know, designed for. So usually you'd want your heavy AT, heavy tank destroyers in the back, and then your regular tanks supported by infantry, as we lose the 4x70 there to a sneaky Panzerschreck. This guy's stuck in the building, can't get out for some reason. So they're gonna try to get him out. But yeah, now we've lost the 4x70, so huge issue. The lead has flipped. The momentum's kind of been gone for a little while, I'd say. I think we kind of stagnated, probably around like the 20-minute mark. As soon as we lost this point for the second time, I would definitely say that's where the momentum kind of flipped. It was probably pretty noticeable in this recording, but yeah, we got to get the league back over there. We didn't even let it, you know, fully replenish its ammo. And I'm actually going to stop it to try to do something to the infantry that's here to kind of get rid of them, because he just has line of sight across. So everything we do is just kind of, you know, watched intensely, which is very, very unfortunate. And now there's some barrage coming in. We're trying to get the elephant out of the way. The lead gets out of the way. Thankfully, we do get out in time, and we really only get a crew stun, a little bit of damage to our hull. We're going to bring in a Wirbelwind now, but it's likely a bit too late. But we'll see what it can do. But we can see where the where the AT guy's coming in. And we're pinging some shots through the top of those ruins. He still has a T-34 around there, though. And I know he does. So I'm trying to get the elephant around to get ready to counter. And we do see it there. But it's kind of do or die time. We're at 8:47. We do have MP for another squad, so we should be calling that in. We're a slight cap lock, so depending on, you know, what our availability is, I haven't looked, or I don't remember when we last checked. We honestly may not be able to call one in, but we need to. We need to start making a push now. And the league is limited ammo, and the mortar is also out of rounds. So we're gonna actually tell the mortar to try to smoke. Fire off its smoke rounds. See, this is the issue with the mortar, is it's, you know, very quick firing, very quick to eat up ammo. It is definitely changed in the mod. So we need an ammo crate. It's probably not worth bringing one in. So we're just going to fire smoke and try to give cover to the infantry that we have that's just getting taken out. He had the T-34 I think kind of up on the Reichstag steps, so I'm trying to get positioned there. I'm moving a little too aggressively with the Whirlwind, but I mean, we're less than 100 points to victory. I was going to try to go for the Dishka, but the T-34 is now pushed down and it is engaging us. Although he does miss the second shot from up close. Wanted to see if I could fire through. I can't. Too many walls. We do have Panzerfaust pretty much in a couple different positions, and we're going to try to rush through, but I mean, there's just guys everywhere. So before we do get a shot off, the Whirlwind does go down. And the replacement squad, which is a very small squad, is coming in. But yeah, 940. Unless we take out this T-34. But then, I mean, he's still got so much infantry. I really don't know if there's anything we can do. His, whatever type of arty he's got with the heavy rockets is probably just about reloaded. So that's about to come in, I'm sure. We do get up pretty close, but we're not throwing the AT grenades. And right before we do get gunned down. And there's just too much infantry. So, unfortunately, I don't think it's much of a spoiler at this point. We are going to go down as the T-34 pushes us the same way that the 4x70 pushed the T-60. He does crack the elephant. We're just out of line of sight. We do have a Faust there, but he's the guy that's stuck. Oh, no, he's not. He's not stuck in the building, so we need to be microing. Our micro was terrible this game, truthfully. But yeah, this is going to be our defeat as T-34 shrugs it off. Super unfortunate. I got to get better with this doctrine for sure. Ton of fun though. Thank you so much, Beast, for playing. Such a blast. And the tournament has officially started. So we will have some tourney games coming up shortly. But thank you guys for watching. Appreciate it.